What's up, everyone? Episode 15 with Kansas Sports HQ. Dave Bush here, Sheldon Howell, Sean Cutler. Friday Night Lights, November 7th. We have a special guest here coming on here around 10 a.m. Just a kid from Kansas is going to join us, and it's going to be fun. We're going to learn more about him and what his drive is behind all of his fun posts that really highlight the athletes that are from Wichita and around the area, or maybe who have moved on to play college sports, professional sports, however that looks. But it's gonna be fun. But first, how's everybody's morning going?
Good, man. Getting ready. We're painting outside, so that's gonna be that's gonna be a fun little bit. Hopefully it goes smooth and easy. But got the van moved, so.
Oh, yeah.
Old shop van, moving that around, which is always
Smoking Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's actually, I need to text Braden because we got in there and first thing Banks said is, when's Braden coming back? Just because he's used to seeing him driving the van.
He'll have to say a couple years. He's working security for Philly.
I know.
Those dang Eagle games.
But yeah, it's good. It's the weekend. I'm excited. We got some football stuff.
Absolutely.
Talked to the Andale boys last night. So they play Clay Center, I think is what they said.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, so is this a game that I should come to? And they're like, no.
No.
And I was like, okay.
The confidence is overflowing in Andale, Kansas, USA.
Can we get a game where you guys, I literally responded. I was like, I don't want to show up to a game where you guys play for 12 plays and then sit on the bench the rest of the game. Like, let's invite me. I want to go to a game where it's like a good game and you guys are going to play the whole time. So
That's fair. Sean,
we'll see.
Sean, you going to be seeing any athletes this weekend? You going to go out to any games?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right.
Who you got? You got anybody playing?
Yeah. Who you got eyes on?
Some people.
Oh, okay. Lively.
Yeah, Sean, 55?
55.
You were kind of moving that head a little bit to that tune.
Wasn't.
You were brain rot there.
Who else we got playing? Northwest is playing Washburn Rule. I see on his page he posted about that.
Yeah. Derby's playing Junk, I believe. Mays, I think, has Wichita East.
That'll actually be competitive, I think, in the beginning. Maybe not like
for the first
game.
quarter and a half.
Yeah, maybe not
maybe.
The whole game.
Figure it all out, and then sophomores get to play.
Who's Carroll got? That's what I need to know.
The 5A?
Great Bend.
Oh, yeah, Great Bend. That is true.
That'll be a battle.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's in Great Bend?
Yeah, more than likely.
Text Brock.
Oh, there he is. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Not too bad. We're just kind of going over all the 6A, 5A football stuff because our Fridays right now with all the football going on are Friday Night Lights. Most small towns in Kansas ride or die by those Friday Night Lights.
Mm-hmm.
So, but for everyone that's listening, we have DeMonte Hill here, just a kid from Kansas. We're really curious, man. Like, you post some cool stuff about people from Wichita and the surrounding areas. What's the motivation behind it? What drives that for you?
The motivation for this kid from Wichita is just to really highlight and raise awareness of like some of the elite student athletes that came out the city. And it's not just directed towards sports either. It's based upon character, leadership, and mentorship as well. And just highlight the positivity and the positive aura within the community, and to let people know that it is some good stuff that goes on in the city, the past and the present.
That's awesome. So tell us about you. You grew up here? Did you played sports? You were active in your community. Where's that all land for you? Where did you go to school, and tell us all that good stuff?
I play youth football for the Wichita Colts. Beginning, I ended with the Wichita Golden Bulldogs. Two very historic teams in the city league, very dominant that really ran the platform around here. Both programs produce, a lot of all-time greats, including Barry Sanders, played for the Wichita Colts. Rashad Washington ended up playing for the New York Jets, played for the Wichita Colts. For the Wichita Bulldogs, Cameron Wimbley, Northwest Florida State. Joseph Randall played for the Bulldogs. Jordan Phillips, that played for the Buffalo Bills, he played for the Bulldogs. So those are two youth teams that I played for. Then high school, I played at Wichita East High School. Graduated 2008. I played there with the Browns, with Arthur and Bryce Brown. Two great friends of mine. Still have a great relationship with both of those guys today. Still keep in touch with them. I was a part of the class that helped change the culture. That was the laughing stock in football. But then once we graduated, became very well respected.
Yeah, we were just talking about the Mays. I think Mays is playing East tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we. How do you feel about that?
How do I feel? Mays rolling.
They are.
Right now. Mays rolling. The quarterback, he popped. They got a great coach, Uzman. I'm an East High. East has a lot over there. They got a good coaching staff. Thing with East about discipline. Shoot themselves in the foot. Discipline, man, good game. But one thing about it is sometimes well, not all the time, oil machine always be balanced.
That's true. That's true. So I have Sheldon Howell and Sean Cutler here. We're just a couple dudes that kind of grew up around here, minus Sean, who's from Iowa. I grew up at Derby. I played football there. In 2002, we were the first team to return to state in football, and then obviously they changed coaches and went on a massive run. Sheldon grew up in the like Bishop Carroll time frame, and then graduated from North. Sean, country guy, our school classes were bigger than most of his towns that he was in. So, do you guys have questions for DeMonte? I mean,
Yeah.
we're just kind of going off the cuff here because, dude, you do some cool stuff. You have a great following, and I typically start my morning out with trying to check out what you've posted, and sometimes we reflect on that in the mornings in our little review of what's happening around here. So, Sheldon or Sean, chime in.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, man, what you're doing. You and I are probably roughly around the same in age than if you graduated in '08, because that's when I graduated high school as well. So I remember watching the Brown brothers very, very closely and watching them dominate high school football around here. So that was a lot of fun. Those are good guys. And they did a lot of good things for the sport. So it's cool to kind of see that, and witness it, but then also watch them have successful careers and continue on to play, at a high level. But did you end up playing after high school at all? What position did you play? Because you look like a big guy from your screen, so you probably either interior lineman, maybe, I don't know, maybe linebacker, I don't know.
I was well, little league in high school, played running back. Then after high school, I signed with Butler CC,
Okay,
played linebacker there, and we won a Jayhawk in the national championship in 2008. No college in Salt Lake City, Utah.
awesome. I played at
Yeah.
Butler, so I went
Oh,
there.
really?
I wasn't there until 2010, I think. So my freshman year, I went to Newman, and then I went to Butler right afterwards. So we might have been running around.
See, I left and yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Did you go anywhere after Butler?
Yeah, after Butler, I went to a Division II school called Winston-Salem State University, HBCU, North Carolina,
Okay.
and we were pretty good too. We won the CIAA, which won the HBCU national championship, but we lost the Division II national championship to the Powerhouse Division II at Austin State.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, congrats to you as well. Obviously, being able to play at that level, I think that that's something that should always be celebrated, and definitely something that, most athletes don't end up getting to do. And, so to play at any level at the collegiate level is an accomplishment in itself. So congrats on that portion of things. But So I've seen, obviously I don't know if you know anything about Parisi or not, but I run Parisi Speed School here in town, and I've had kids day in and day out. They come in with T-shirts of yours, right? So, and I've got athletes that I've trained from all across city and state, and just different things. So I've known of your brand, and so I think that's really cool. So it's nice to be able to put a face to that. I think that that's awesome in the city if you got people, obviously talking about the things that you're doing and representing you, even outside of, social media and stuff. So I think that's awesome. What was kind of, obviously you said the motivation, trying to highlight the positives, so what was kind of, when you first started, posting and talking about all the different things, what has kind of transpired since then, right? Have you been able to, do you do any other things other than just the social media? Are you involved with youth sports, in your own right, like doing stuff that's, just kind of behind your brand? Are you doing youth community things? Like, tell me a little bit more, as the journey has kind of progressed.
Um, to be in full transparency, I'm actually not the CEO of this kid from Wichita. It's actually DJ Fisher. He's a sports agent for Defiant Sports,
Okay.
and he's from Wichita as well. Great guy, but I think Florida right now. Me and him, we always had a great relationship. We stayed in touch with each other throughout the years when I was in college and whatnot. But uh, he seen that I was doing a lot of things on my personal page and just highlighting local sports legends, just high school sports or whatnot. And he's like it's like a 20-year age. It's like a 20-year gap between when he lived in Wichita and Florida. So he really don't be in cahoots like that unless
Hmm.
somebody tell him what's going on. And then he decided to reach out to me like, hey man, take over. Be the brand ambassador, man. Take over. This is all you, man. And I don't want to take credit for that, but DJ, he does give me access to do what I want to do. And Ricky Prestige that prints out the merch or whatnot. So it's definitely a team effort. It's not just all about me. So I definitely want to shout out DJ Fisher and Ricky Prestige, the finest sports and here from Wichita.
Nice. Nice. That's awesome, man. Well, I think that's really cool. Obviously, when you're able to collaborate with other guys that have, mutual interest and are trying to do the right things, that's when special things can happen. And that's when, it ultimately is pushing a good message that's out there. But, do you get like your information? Like, how do you, like walk me through kind of your process a little bit, right? Like, do you just kind of post what you see? Do you have any type of, like system that you're following there? Because I feel like you put up a lot of good things and you highlight a lot of different people, and you're constantly talking about that stuff. So you just got an ear to the pavement kind of a thing, or do you have a process that you kind of follow?
It's a little both. My ear to the pavement, do my research as well. I'm also a fan of the game. I'm a fan of people. I follow, the top athletes, the elite athletes, past, present, and I go to these games and practice to form my own opinion and my own view of things. Then I do my own research, go on Google or read some things on them. And I kind of combine both and like form my own article based upon that, of what I saw and what I read.
That's awesome. Yeah, really cool. I think that obviously part of like our mission, I guess, with some of the stuff that we're doing here, right? And I think it aligns well with what you guys are doing as well. Is we don't have enough coverage around our town of local things that happen, and that's kind of where our motivation I think comes from, because we do sports every day, right? And a little bit different field, right? We're a little more heavily involved with the baseball side than we are the football side, but we're trying to highlight football. We want to highlight all sports, and we have a good relationship with like the guys at ESPN and some of the radios, different shows around here, but most of that coverage just kind of gets punted to professional stuff, right? Or Division 1 college stuff, right? And that's the common theme of their conversations and what they're always talking about. And not that there's anything wrong with that. Obviously, we want to cover that stuff and talk about those things too, but I think one of the common things that I hear quite often, and like I said, the coaching and training on my background is we just don't hear enough about the kids that are doing cool things in our community, right? And we have kids that are going off to all kinds of different schools, all different levels, all over the place, all the time. And it's like, for whatever reason, if it's not the big D1 school, we don't want to talk about it, or we don't want to, if it's not the 5-star kid, they don't get as much love in the media, and they don't get those things. And I'm not even, saying that we're quote unquote media yet. We're working on it. But, it's just, I think what you guys are doing and how you're going about it, it coincides with our kind of passions with what we got going too, because those kids need help, right? Those kids deserve eyes on them. Those kids deserve people talking about their journeys, because I don't care what level it is. Playing college sports is hard. And, people don't understand that jump unless you've been through that jump, or you coach around that jump, or you have experience in that jump. You don't really understand what that jump looks like. And I don't care if it's NAIA, I don't care if it's Division 3, Division 2, it doesn't matter, right? Going to college is a big deal, and playing at the next level is a big deal. Shoot, playing in high school in these days and ages is even harder than it was when we were playing. Right. I mean, it's all gotten more competitive, and celebrating those journeys, I think, is something that is a really cool thing. So I appreciate what you guys are doing in that regard, because I think it helps. And I think just having some notoriety for these kids that are trying to do things and do things the right way and be good people, and, put all those things together, as we all know, is not easy. And it takes work, and it takes the work ethic and the discipline, and just all the things to make that stuff happen. So, what do you guys got, kind of on the horizon? Like, is football, kind of, where you guys are the busiest, I would say? Like, or do you, is it about the same, like, through the year with all the other sports for you? Or what's kind of some of the future plans you guys got going on?
Well, the emphasis is really back on we're just going season. Like right now, uh, we're just solely focused on fall sports, which is soccer, cross country, volleyball, football. We try to highlight the teams, individuals that's having success, during the season and whatnot. And as basketball, as the winter sports are approaching, now you're starting to see it sprinkle in basketball, the wrestling, bowling, the swim, whatnot. So we just try to stay um, on track to the season. If you catch my drift on
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Then, in the past, there has been basketball camp. DJ Fisher, who I told you about, the Final Sports and the CEO here for which he has hosted numerous basketball camps in Wichita and throughout the country as well. Had like standout former athletes in Wichita, former great athletes from Wichita that went pro or played at a high level college, came back and volunteered back into the youth as well. Those are some of the things back to well, we can implement different sports, football camps, basketball camp, and fortunately in the near future, try to get like a sports show, a sports awards here, like a youth version of that. That's just highlighting all
Mm-hmm.
the city, not just in sports, but just life, grades, character, behavior, life skills, etc.
I love that, man. Yeah, that's awesome.
That is super cool.
I would definitely like, to, from a Parisi standpoint specifically, but even HQ wise as well too, try to, work with you guys and do different things to bring more eyes, your guys' directions, but ultimately bring more eyes to the athletes that you guys are trying to put out there. So as far as camps and, just being involved with anything youth related, right? Is really kind of our, part of our mission is trying to give back to youth sports. And, in youth in my brain is pretty much all the way into college. And so, anything that's kind of falling under that umbrella, we want to be involved with, especially in our community here. So, we'll talk more about that, I'm sure, off of this, but I think that would be a lot of fun, and I think it would be cool to just be able to try and give back as much as possible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So I wanted to jump in. I mean, we have our Friday night lights going on, and obviously we want to cover off on all the fun things. But who's your favorite matchups tonight?
My favorite matchup, I'll probably say Derby and Junction. I know
Wow.
they play in Junction, they're not in town, but I think that's probably the most anticipated matchup because they're probably even on both sides of the field.
Was Junction City like a 5 seed? Or because Derby was a 6, so but it is away, you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
it's in Junction.
Oh man. Who knows? They'd have their tough draws. I mean, they lost to Hayes
Mhm.
and Bishop
Yeah, they lost
Carroll.
to Hayes and Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop
Like that's
Carroll.
foreign. 3 losses game like this.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. One of the Parisi coaches, he coaches for Bishop Carroll, and he never or he posted something in our group chat and just let me have it. So, I mean, I don't really follow the whole Derby sports thing much anymore, but I'm trying to get back into it. Like I know the basketball coach and stuff like that. We went to school together. I was going to ask you, when you went to Butler, did you play with Sharon Moore?
No, he's older. I
Yeah,
think.
he's a
I think
couple.
he was on. I think he played like doing that 04, 05 there.
Yeah, I mean, I think he graduated either with my sister in '05 or maybe '04. I don't remember. I played football with him, and now he's the head coach of a team that I cannot say because of where I am from. So I'm a Buckeye, but him and I have always exchanged some words throughout the season, but I haven't heard from him this year after we won that natty. I'm just curious if you played
Yeah, Michigan. They just offered the kid from Silver High, Tyke Cross.
you said from Andover?
Yeah, Michigan. He's a kid, man. He's a kid that's on the ride. Probably a 4-star, 5-star kid here soon. Never played football before. He was a basketball tennis player. He's about 6'5", about
Jeez.
300 pound athlete. Soft. In the last 32 days, he retrieved offers from AU, K-State, Auburn, Oregon, Nebraska, and Arizona.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
So
that's
look at
heating up some recruiting trail right there. Holy moly.
yeah, for a kid that never played football before and just now getting into it.
That's awesome. So who else in the greater Wichita area has some cool offers coming in that you're aware of? I mean, let's highlight that, if we have an opportunity to get them on with us to talk about what they're doing in the community and then the recruiting experience, we definitely want to share those things with the people that watch and
Mhm.
and give them the insight of how I guess it's tumultuous. I guess there's a lot of turmoil in that because you're either sitting on your hands doing the work and not hearing anything, or all of a sudden it's just a influx of offers that come in, whether it's whatever league it's coming from or division.
Mhm. Yeah, like right now, Northwest quarterback Jalen Mason, he's a KU commit, but he had offers from State and Liberty, and Northwest is loaded over there. They have
Mm-hmm.
a few kids over there with offers. They have the big offensive line, uh, Alex McGinnis. He has an offer from Iowa State, and they have 2 other linemen made it to South Dakota, Dustin and Deanna,
Hmm.
and their linebacker, he plays running back, John Michael. I think he has like 2 Tech State, Iowa.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good little roster of offers for sure.
Sean is an Iowa fan, so when you drop an Iowa State, he kind of maybe winces a little bit. But
Northwest got a good little pipeline with Iowa State.
Yeah.
Ever since Brees Hall went there and
yeah,
had some success, I think Iowa State come to Northwest like every other year and offer it there. So
Yep.
that's pretty cool.
well, speaking
No
of
offense to Buckeyes though.
speaking of Brees, did you hope for him to get a trade? I saw your post. There were 3 teams. So were you hoping he was going to get traded?
Not hoping, but wishing, wanting. I'm a Chiefs fan, so that's something
Yeah.
I wanted to see.
Oh boy, now another Chiefs fan.
And we need a running game. feed,
Yeah.
man. We haven't had a yard rusher since Hunt's rookie season. What was that? 17?
I was gonna
17.
say, yeah, like
About
17 or 18
Seven-
maybe.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, and I think he led the league freshman year, like 1,300 yards. Like that's when he was elite, but he kind of lost depth in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
He's still they got
we
that
de-
little play call for him in the red zone though.
Yeah.
That little whatever they call that, the Kareem package, because that dude still. My brother takes him to score a touchdown every week, and he keeps scoring, man.
So
we need a running game. That's the,
what we were talking about this earlier this week about how Pacheco's kind of had a big fall off and you see Kareem getting more carries. I'm just kind of curious your thoughts on that. I'm a Niners fan, so I have probably the best back in football in my opinion. And then Sheldon's a Green Bay Packers fan, but what do you think the reason is for the Pacheco fall off?
uh first off, the best abilities of he's been dealing with the past couple seasons. And he has a lot of up and down. And he'd be hiding. He'd be on 1 minute, be off the next. And his running style, I- I'm really not the biggest fan. It's like he's running them his body fast, and he's not outside looking vision as well. That down, I kind of like run side. He's not really produced how he has in the past, but I don't know. Is this the day he fell off?
Yeah.
I don't know. He runs angry with his body, and
Yeah, he just move his body fast.
But he don't really
Keep
go
running.
yeah, it
anywhere.
doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More side. He's less elusive, I think, that he once was. But then he doesn't really have the breakaway speed coming back from the injury, which I think that's what gave him a little bit of an edge in the beginning, was having that extra step to kind of get that separation and kind of go. But he's still productive at points and times. They don't run the ball like they have, so I think that plays into it a little bit as far as numbers are concerned. But
Another question for you. What athletes from our area are you watching in college sports? I mean, we're looking at football, soon to be basketball, and all of those good things. What college sports and teams are you keeping track of with kids from around our area?
Of course, Avery Johnson. You got Wesley there. You got the tight end, the name number 80. And you got so the Wichita kids is loaded. Loaded that case. Lot of great. Okay. Like, and I've been keeping up with friends lately, man. Friends, bro. I think they're like four in the nation. Vontae Baker, probably the greatest high school player to come out of Wichita. I
Yeah.
watched him. He was a human highlight.
yeah,
You're saying wait a second. Let's roll back. John Randall was considered a human highlight reel back in the day.
He was. Him too, but you have to watch Vontae Baker when he was at Heights.
He-
I found this huddle film. I'll send it to you, and you would attest to it.
he's unreal,
You
man.
would.
He's I'm gonna get him on here for sure, because that dude he can play. Like, he is a gamer, and he's he is legit. Like, hopefully he
Yeah.
gets an opportunity and some eyes get on him at the right time and keeps his life straight and everything moving forward, because dude, the ability on the field is unbelievable. Like, he can really really move around. So I don't know how much that would translate. I obviously, positionally wise, it'll kind of depend on the team and the usage for him, but man, he can do a lot. So he's very very dynamic.
He's an athlete. He's just somebody who just got and he put the ball kind of similar to like with Tavon Austin.
Yeah.
Senior.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They always ball in the hand or part of Florida. I thought K State used to do thing, just get the ball in his hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He is Dylan Edwards healthy now? I know he wasn't healthy coming into the season.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
but few games that I did watch this year, I know he had like Yeah, 166. I I I don't know who it was against, but he balled out, but then more after that. Football as well.
Yeah. Who's your basketball team for high school sports here in Wichita? I mean, those workouts are happening right now, and there's some big hopefuls from last year that made it to state and then just kind of I don't want to I mean crapped on their parade against a good team and whatnot. I mean, it just when you get into that mix of playing a team that has good chemistry, you just kind of see the fall off. I mean, who
Yeah.
who are your teams that you're gonna watch for to make that advancement?
Well, you know me, I stick to the script. I'm East High through and through, so I'm always
They're pretty
big East
solid
High.
basketball wise.
Uh,
They've been
yeah, yeah.
they've come up, I mean, and been relatively consistent over the last probably 7, 8 years. I mean, they've just always been competitive and had some really, really good teams, but then also some that have kind of just been in the middle of the pack, but still competing, every single year. Like I've always noticed them standings wise, like being in the mix for sure.
Mhm. Yeah, they had coaches the East Side alum too. Basketball five when he won state at East back in 2005. He was a beast. He was good in football as well. But like outside of East, Campus High, man, they got some studs out there.
Really?
Really,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
Campus High.
honest. That's the first time I've heard somebody say that in a long time.
Well, their football team
Uh,
was atrocious.
you must have been following Campus the past couple of years. They've been getting a lot of inner city kids out there on that basketball team.
Wow.
They've been doing some big things out there.
Well, I mean, that was the big rivalry for me growing up at Derby, and the football side of things I still keep track of because I played football, but I don't really pay attention to some of the basketball things. I mean,
Yeah.
now with what we're doing, I'll probably pay more attention to it. I graduated with Matt Garvey at Derby. He's the head coach, and Chad Dunn. Him and I played youth football together and all of that stuff. So I feel like they're doing some cool stuff. But yeah, I've never heard anybody say that
Yeah,
about
and
Campus.
also Coach Eck at Cape. Oh, did they win state last?
Who
Cape.
in basketball?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And they
That's
got a legendary coach, Steve Eck over there, and football and basketball. Coach Sharks and football. Coach Eck.
Yeah, Sharts. Yeah, because he came from West, right? That he was there for a long, long time.
He was at West and Northwest. He was
Mm,
at West for 20 years, Northwest for 10,
man.
back to West. Oh, I want to say about
yeah, they
10 years.
did. They did win it. Just pulled it up. They did win it last year.
Mhm.
They beat
And
Piper
Sharks
60.
might pull it. Sharks might pull it this year.
That is
So,
true.
I'm rooting
Their
for Cape in the win.
yeah, their
For it.
football team's pretty solid. Like
Yeah.
they've put some good things together over there. I'm familiar with him just from West High, obviously, because that's where he was when I was in high school. But he's a coaching legend from around town. Like he's been in the
Yeah.
game for a real long time.
Yeah, I coached with him. That was my first coaching opportunity, 2016 to 2018 at
Wow,
West High.
nice.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's
Sean,
awesome.
Sean, you got anything here?
Yeah, it kinda cut out a little bit when what school did you go to after Butler?
After Butler, I went to a good school, Winston-Salem State University, HBCU, historically black college university, located in Winston-Salem, Carolina.
South Carolina, okay.
Yeah, we're good in the CIAA championship, and we also won the HBCU national championship,
Oh,
but
wow.
we lost the Division II national championship
Oh,
at
okay.
Boston State University.
Gotcha. Yeah, so, obviously, Eldo is not very far away from here. Was it after you went out to South Carolina, was the plan always to come back to Wichita
Carolina.
North Carolina.
or sorry, it's North
Mhm.
Carolina. Was the plan always to come back to Wichita?
That wasn't the initial plan. It was God's plan. It was that where Coach Charge reached out to me on Facebook. Asked what I was doing after college, and around the time I was planning on working record William Ruskell Anderson, Carolina, but I wanted to coach too. I really didn't have any experience like that. Charge he presented the opportunity to me, Like, hey, if you have anything planned, right, or you with the school, or I'm not get you in the building, and I just took the there.
So move back here to coach, and the rest is history for now. Do you still? I mean, with what you're doing online and stuff like that, do you still drop in for some coaching opportunities, or are you looking for some of that stuff? I mean, where does that direction take you?
I'm looking to get into coaching right now. Lately, I've been on a mentorship and like guidance tip, like kind of like being a liaison for like the kids in the city or whatnot that lack like resources, uh, guidance, and funding on certain things. 'Cause a lot of people, a lot of kids, and a lot of parents, they really don't be in it on how to go about whatnot. So I bridge like people, like the athletic training, academic tutoring, making sure that choose the right school to go to, like just how to go about regarding sports and
Do you do that with like the city of Wichita, or are you doing that just like on your own?
I do it on my own.
Do you?
With the city of Wichita, I'm just a recreation. I just oversee the record like Edgemore and Lincoln
Gotcha.
Campwood. Insurance safety, they follow proper protocol at least.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Joe, anything else? Oh, okay. I thought you had to follow up there. Sorry, your audio is like kind of cutting in and out, so we're collectively like putting it all
Yeah,
together.
Oh,
yeah.
my audio, I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. We're
No,
just
we're
making
we're
sure
getting little pieces of it. It's probably recording just fine. It's
Yeah.
it's more or less just how it's coming through for us. But outside of all the that, what you said you were working on mentorship stuff and helping athletes find their way and make good decisions. The drive behind that is obviously passion and wanting to help kids out. Did you feel like when you were making those decisions you had that in your life, or is that something that you're bringing out because it didn't happen in your life?
Mm, I'm glad you asked that. Didn't have none of that, and that's the reason why I want to be there for the kids now to combat that issue because that was a big issue when I was growing up. Like now, you have a lot of a lot of athletic training tutors have all these mentors in the city now. Like a lot of those things were available when I was coming up, and so now combat the issue of the parent and kids not being in the know how to go about obtain certain resources to get to where they need to be.
Yeah, that's commendable for sure. That's huge. I mean, obviously with our age, we look at some of the things we had access to and things that we didn't have access to. We talk about it a lot for Wichita Parisi. Like most of us grew up in bigger, faster, stronger era, and then if I had Wichita Parisi growing up, it'd be a different story. Where I feel like it could have been, and then just being able to lead the charge and help the younger generation understand what they need to do and how they can move forward with the tools at hand that I don't know. I don't want to call them hidden tools, but sometimes it seems that way.
Mhm.
Well, and on top of that, I think that, you know, lack of resources in different areas obviously play a big role in, what people are exposed to. So, what you guys are doing is very cool, and it's something that, we want to be a part of. We want to try and help. It, again, it aligns into the same mission of, the more you talk about these kids, the more you talk about them, who they are, what they're about, all of that, then, more opportunities will find them. And, it's, I think, our job is to try and help them find good opportunities and the right opportunities and, help them, try to navigate those as they come because with good also comes bad, and there's times where those kind of infiltrate, and that influences young minds, and people can very quickly look at something and then end up going down the wrong path. And I think that you guys are doing a really good job at trying to highlight those positives and talk about those positives, and and point athletes in the right directions. And we need more of that in our local community, but we also need the eyes to be here as well too, so those things become fruitful and those things start to help them in the long game, right? And so that side of stuff is awesome, man. Again, you guys keep going. I mean, keep doing what you're doing. We want to help, we want to be involved, we want to try and do anything that we can do as well too, because I think those missions definitely align, and hopefully these are things that, and just talking about this stuff is a help in itself. But we hope to be able to talk to athletes. We hope to be able to share their stories, and hopefully good opportunities find them along the way. But I really appreciate your guys' work and your effort, and the things that you're doing, because as we know and as you know, it's not like we're sitting here cashing a bunch of checks to be able to do the things that we're doing to try to help the youth community. It doesn't come with a big payroll. It's just about love and passion and trying to do the right things, and good things come to those people as well. But it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of effort. So I appreciate everything that you guys are doing, because it doesn't go unnoticed. And keep plugging along. And if there's anything that we can do to help you along the way, definitely. I look forward to talking with you more and building a relationship with you, because I think we can help some kids in the process.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate meeting you guys today, and appreciate you guys for having me as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we usually open it up. Do you have any shout outs or any closing statements? Like what do you want the youth to hear at the end of this that really lights the fire for you?
Um, Man, good luck to all the teams that advanced to the second round tonight. Man, I hope everybody come out on top, which is that might be unfortunate tonight, but no injuries. Everybody leave healthy. Everybody leave safe tonight. Man, hopefully everybody's recruiting pick up. Um, Midterms coming up. Make sure the grades are tight. Make sure the grades are situated, because the coaches, they about to start rolling in buildings. Come talk to some of these coaches, these principals, these counselors. So make sure your behaviors and shit. Making the right decision that too, and just keep your character in check. Be yourself, and just be purpose driven. Make everything intentional. Everything will fall into place.
Awesome.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for joining us. This is episode 15, Friday Night Lights, featuring just a kid from Wichita, DeMonte Hill, and his group that put it all together. So yeah, it's this is awesome, man. Let's keep in touch and do some more outreach and work together.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You have a wonderful day. Thanks for taking time for us.
Thank you.
Dude, that was awesome.
Nice.
Like just a lot of cool information there. Somebody super passionate about the community and things like that. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I want to get a shirt. I've seen those shirts a bunch. There's a lot of kids that wear them, and I mean, it's kind of a just a omen, I guess, to our town, and they wear them with pride when they go to different places and their different schools and all that stuff. But it really encompasses the stuff that we're about and that we're trying to do. So we need to get one to wear, and then maybe one for the wall.
Yeah, I'll have to ask him, see if we can get a couple.
Maybe you can do just a kid from Iowa. See if they'll make a custom shirt for you.
Sean's shaking his head no.
Do they have anything like that in Iowa that you know
By the way,
about?
I live here now.
Well,
I
I
don't
know.
commute from Iowa.
You drive in every morning.
Every single chance there is.
you're-
Everybody just like, oh yeah, but he's from Iowa though. So. He hasn't been living here for 3 years. He's
Yeah.
just from Iowa, so
It's
disregard him.
your online personality.
Yeah, I know. I'm the Iowa kid now.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I guess that's it for us. Sean, do you mind leading us in our closing prayer? And we can sign off.
I do not mind. Lord, thank you for this opportunity to sit down and talk again and use our voices. I pray for good and to honor and glorify you, Lord. And I pray for DeMonte and the mission he's on to help all these young kids not only realize their dreams, but do it the right way. And stay on the straight and narrow, because it's easy to get distracted in today's day and age with whatever it might be. So I just pray that he continues to be on mission for them, and he's just got a servant's heart, and it's really beautiful to hear his story as he continues to serve these kids and help them out and give them coverage and get their names out there and help them to achieve success. So, and definitely a similar mission to ours. So very cool to have that opportunity to talk to very like-minded people. In your glorious name we pray, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Well, that concludes episode 15, Friday Night Lights, featuring just a kid from Wichita, DeMonte Hill, and we'll catch you guys next time.